Hello, people of planet Earth. Boy, do I have good news for you. Do I look a little strange? Think of the world I'm living in and ask why. One is, if I let my face out on this camera after what I'm about to tell you, I wouldn't last 20 minutes in the streets before they blow my head off. Or attempt to do other things which they have over the last 17 years. And who are they? Those who would deceive you and run you into the ground and take your spirituality and tear it from you, so that your actual gifts of the rewards of the kingdom of the stars is taken from you. But let's get on with why this broadcast is being done. There is an hour broadcast trying to be uploaded, but because of the fact that it's so long, it's difficult to get it on the internet. And because of time constraints, there is a necessity for this broadcast to come out in a short manner. So I'm going to be reading off of papers that have already been in process and served. I want to wish you, the international community, as an ambassador of the Supreme Ruler of the Universe for the Embassy of the Council of the Elders of Heaven, Chief Justice Peacemaker Division, and the Earth-based Embassy Number 1. Now, if you will see, on this paper there's a seal, which has been remodified and is sitting behind me. When this seal was done for modification and review, the precise moment it was done, an earthquake hit Virginia, went all the way to Washington and cracked the monument. This was to announce the bolts of lightning shake the earth. The official kingdom is on this planet. God did hear your cries around the world, and He sent many messengers into your cities which you have blatantly not listened to. Now, currently this embassy is located in the state of Florida, and there has been a great interference in the last 4 years with its establishment and the attempted discreditation of its ambassador. However, because of the issues regarding the court's ruling as of last night, January 23rd, on the first anniversary of the embassy being in official capacity for this planet as an embassy and a Supreme Court of the Kingdom of Heaven, a warning must be given and a time for a response to be made. Fortunately, since the 4th of July, things did not go exactly as anticipated. An announcement of the embassy and a celebration was made to the public, but it was not made with the camera. And the oath to protect my nation and the laws of heaven was made at that time. The reason July 4th is so important is because this country was founded on the principles of knowledge by a group of Masons who knew that certain things could manifest. So they put safeguards to make sure that evil Masons did not take over and destroy their intentions to set up a new foundation which would not fall like the Kingdom of Solomon. Now, these things I'm saying from my heart, but what I'm going to read you here are words that were given to me by the Creator, who I've learned to talk to over the last 17 years, who's tested my refinements and found me to be just and true. If you read your scriptures, you'll know who I am. Interpretation of those scriptures is God's, not yours. And the just and true one is sitting before you to prepare a path for He, the Prince of Heaven, the King of Earth, to arrive in His kingdom at the end of this age, which is soon to be upon us. A decree has been made by heaven, and this is to let you know the purpose of my presence on this planet. This embassy is for the Supreme Ruler of the Universe to use as His Supreme Courthouse for the Embassy of the Council of Elders of Heaven, Chief Justice Peacemaker Division, as an Earth-based Embassy number 1. Prince Joseph David White Eagle Peacemaker I, who is the Supreme Ruler's Chief Justice of the Peace for planet Earth, Supreme Court of the Supreme Ruler of the Universe, and the spokesman for King Yeshua HaMashiach, also known as Jesus Christ. For the Council of the Elders of Heaven, who are mediators between Prince Joseph, the Supreme Being, and the people of Earth. The Council of Elders is the supreme jury of the Kingdom of Heaven. Prince Joseph, Peacemaker, has authority to bring petition and judgment between Earth and Heaven as the word of heaven is brought to him. The same as Moses did with Ramses in the Hebrew Torah now applies to the kings and the peoples of planet Earth. To give you a little bit of an indicator of what this means, in 2004, this ambassador served in person through the Secret Service the President of the United States, President Bush at the time, with a decree from the Kingdom of Heaven on what penance was owed to every nation, what they needed to do, and it was very minimal at that. 23 nations received this, and the United Nations Secretary Annan's office received it, and so did the Supreme Courts of the United States, to no avail. God did answer the people, but the government of this country that is taken over from within defied the laws of God, deceived and lied to its people, and set up a foundation of blood in the name of the kingdom, refused to listen to its people, has put us in a position now, in the year 2012, to bring this to its conclusion. It's clearly written that those who destroy the earth shall also be destroyed. As of the 23rd, the first year anniversary of this petitioning center, or the Kingdom of Heaven Supreme Court, there has been no answer to petitions made by the Supreme Courts of God to your government officials in any capacity whatsoever. This has become a problem for the Kingdom of Heaven because of the time in the alignment coming up on the New Age. New Age meaning the end of this particular age and the beginning of a new 24,000-year cycle. The 2004 treaty from heaven must be revealed to the public, and you must ask them to reveal it to you, because if you do what it says, for even 30 days, if there's peace on earth, there'll be a great wonder to happen. No man can bring me peace. Only you, the people, can drop your weapons, put your swords down, and obey the laws set down for you by the kingdom, which are common sense laws. Start protecting your neighbor more than yourself, because your division is your enemy. And they have been doing this for 1,500 years to you so that they could destroy your spirit. They run by a pact, something called the 48 Laws of Power. Another book called The Art of Seduction, and another one called The Art of War. These books I have seen, the 48 Laws of Power I have read, and they have done some of these laws against me since I started my presidential campaign in 1996. And was driven to the wilderness and found out the existence of a spiritual force that they don't want you to know exists. You are in a war that isn't in a physical mannerism. It is an undercurrent of their knowledge of how to use the universe and deny you the same opportunity as people. They have not this right. There's plenty of room in the stars for 7 billion new houses to be built. They know how to build them, but they don't want you to have your just desserts. Now, I want to make one thing very clear. God has this under control. Let no man bear an arm against another, against his government or any other, in the name of what this broadcast represents. God will take care of this with his own army soon enough. If there is no peace on this planet, peace will be made. Your job is to cease your warring around the world and quit fighting for kings who stand at the back of the chessboard and put the peasants in the pond and the farmers in the line of fire while they sit back and watch the results. You brought this planet to the brink of destruction, and there's no way to save it. except working together as a planet and listening to the ancient cultures which have been imprisoned on little sections of land while these monsters have overrun your planet. Millions of you went and asked God for help. In 2004, He answered this. Ever since, I've had to keep my face hidden and wait for the opportunity to rise again. Now, because of the time pressures and the alignment coming at the end of this year, and the violations of the state of Florida against God and the Constitution of the United States, and the Council has come to a decision that if they have not settled their petition with the Kingdom of Heaven, what they have done to the ambassador and the people in the name of the Constitution, denying the rights of the citizens of this state and this county that we will not reveal at this moment until it is time. On the last day of July of this year, judgment will be rendered on that county. And this prophecy, which is in the hands of every government official that has any business, will manifest. They know this, and they are defying God. I call to all churches to stand up for your Constitution as your obligation is by coming to this country and taking an oath. When your family did, you have responsibility. Since I only have 5 minutes, I would like you to know that I myself can only advise you on the matters because I am not a religion, but I am the official church of the new millennium. And I am not the Antichrist. He is already amongst you in many forms, in many different faces. But the American Freedom Campaign's pledge is in my heart. Only I go to the extent of saying this. It is time for the people to take this action, and I call on 5 agricultural states in the center of the United States to consider this. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with one another, and to assume among the powers of earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to separation. Article 3 of the Declaration of Independence, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them that shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Washington, D.C., I have seen it with my own eyes. The White House was built as a temple for a Greek god. Look it up and find out for yourself what the name of that Greek god is. Do some research. I've been under attack spiritually and both and politically since I started this journey in 1996 and made a play for the presidency. But because I'm running out of time and there's so much involved, look for a future broadcast. It should be about an hour long as soon as we can get it on YouTube. And you will hear what all we want to do. Because I only have 2 minutes, I say this to you. This adoption certificate is official. The government here knows it, and now that they've gotten it, they are refusing to respond to me in any way. Remember what I said about this seal and many signs that transpired. By the 23rd, by the last day of this month, if the state of Florida has not answered the petition that God sent on behalf of the people of this nation, judgment will be rendered according to this, and let no man become involved with any weapon. For this is a job for the kingdom of heaven. Now, Miami-Dade County, you are now officially in violation of the Constitution of the United States and have been so for 2 years. If you continue your insurrection, judgment will be passed by the kingdom of heaven, and you will be charged with high treason. Every agency that's refused to investigate the corruption matters and the laundering of money and the mistreatment and constitutional right violations of the people in this county of Miami-Dade, who are 90% immigrant and are afraid to stand up to you and call us to help them. You have gotten their petition and you've refused to answer it, and I demand that you settle this dispute with the kingdom of heaven in the name of the council of heaven. You have been asked to respond and refused. Nations, end your wars for 5 months. Within the next 30 days, just for a moment. More will come next broadcast. Thank you very much. Peace be with you.